What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing them the bacon NFL DFS video. We are breaking down the Monday Night Football showdown between Jackson Dart and the New York Giants and Drake May and the amazing, surprisingly really good New England Patriots tonight. So I wanted to try something new. I wanted to put the video out a couple hours before the lineups lock just to see if it does a little bit better than what we've done in the past. So if you've never been here before, what we're going to do is we're going to go over this article. We're going to look at historical stats it's for DraftKings, but you can use it for FanDuel as well. And we're going to look at from the 2023 season to the first 12 weeks of the NFL season this year, some percentages of captain percentages. And then we're going to look at lineup construction. At the end of it, we're going to build you a few DraftKings lineups and some FanDuel lineups just to show you the pricing is a little bit different, but you're able to kind of get the same amount of lineups there. So we're going to build you these lineups. We've done 20,000 sims already for this game, and we're going to show you kind of how to build around it. So if you like it and you've never been here before, subscribe to the channel and go check out everything else we have with all the other sport. So just kind of looking at the showdown data, 82% of the winning lineups since 2023 have contained at least one of the quarterbacks. I think both quarterbacks are in play tonight. The only problem I have is Jackson Dart. If he gets hit in the head or concussion, they could pull him. The only thing, he is injury prone, it would appear. But hopefully he stays in the game. Hopefully we get a full game out of him. But I do like both quarterbacks. 5% winning lineups have used the entire $50,000 salary on DraftKings, so do not feel like you need to, because 95% of the time, you do not have to. Or you haven't anyway. There's always those one-off games that you can see. But 15% of the players did use a $200 player or less. Right now, none of those jump out to me, so I'm not really looking down that far. Because the majority of the players we're going to be seeing, they weren't a surprise add to the roster, so we're pretty good there. But 80% of the winning lineups used a $4,000 player or less on DraftKings. So we'll definitely look at that and see if any of them are in play. And the average salary used was $47,500, so you can leave $2,500 on the table if you feel like it. So we look at stack percentages. With this game and what we're looking for here, they are expecting 26.75 implied team total for the Patriots, 19.75 implied team total for the New York Giants. So a 4-2 stack, however you want to go, 4-2 stack has taken it down 47% of the time, where a 3-3 stack has taken down 33% of the time, and then a 5-1 stack has only taken it down 20% of the time. So we want that 4-2 or 3-3, and we want this to be a competitively high-scoring game is basically what we need. So let me break down the captain percentages. 35% of the time it has been a wide receiver, but the running backs are bridging that gap. They brought it up to 30%. So there are definitely plays here for the running back position that we'll definitely look at. QB has been 20% of the time. Doesn't usually take into effect mobile quarterbacks. Now, I don't know how mobile we'll see Jackson Dart being, because there are reports out saying he needs to chill out a little bit with the way he runs and dives head first. So we'll see if it is anything in this game. 8% of the time it has been a tight end. 4% of the time it's been a defense, and then only 3% of the time it's been a kicker. Again, if you've been here before, if there are kickers and they are the captain, it's a really boring game for us. And then some of our favorite captain and MVP plays, Drake May, Jackson Dart, and Travion Henderson, and we will go from there. So what we're going to do is this is our matchup tool. I've broken it down to just this game, and I wanted to show you how to read it. So against the quarterbacks, you can see the Giants are dead last, 32 out of 32 in the red zone against the opposing quarterbacks. They've given up almost 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions overall, but they've only given up one 300-yard passing game. But they've given up 301 yards and 4 tutties on the ground to quarterbacks. They rank 31 out of 32 overall against the quarterback, giving up an average of 21.7 on DraftKings and 21.6 on FanDuel. And then you can see the Patriots 25th in the red zone, 18th out of 32, 17.9 fantasy points. So not too bad. There's not a huge difference here, but the Giants, Drake May has been absolutely everything. Drake May has been what everyone wanted Mac Jones to be when he was the rookie there, and his rookie card went for $100,000. So we look at running back. Giants defense against running back, 28th out of 32 in the red zone, 31 out of 32 in overall. They're giving up an average of 30.5. They are very bad against the running back. Travion Henderson makes sense. Ramondre Stevenson's going to be there. There's always, you never know what New England's going to do, but I love Travion Henderson tonight. And then the Patriots, number 1 in the red zone against the running back and number 2 overall. So Giants running backs on paper do not have a good game here. Against wide receivers, both are very bad in the red zone. Against wide receivers, 30 for Giants and 29 for the Patriots. You can see, though, overall, the Giants, 27th wide receiver rank, giving up an average of 37.1 to the opposing wide receivers. And then we have the Patriots, 17th, still giving up an average of 32.5. So we are looking at some of these Giants wide receivers in this one as well. Both teams have given up 300-plus receiving games. Giants have given up 12 touchdowns. Patriots have given up 15 touchdowns. Then we go to tight end. Red zone, they're pretty good, decently. Patriots are 25th out of 32, giving up an average of 15.1. So maybe we're looking at Theo Johnson here. You never know. And then the Giants against the opposing tight end rank 11th, 12.1. I still love Hunter Henry here. I still think he can bang it in there and get at least a tutty in this game. So that is how you read that. It is now time to build some lineups for you for this Monday Night Football game. So depending, I think we could get both quarterbacks in here, and I think we could be in a good spot. I do think we want one of the kickers in there. It's going to allow us to build some of these lineups. So let's put Jackson Dart as the captain. I think we can also get Drake May in there. We got to get, who are they going to throw to? I think Theo Johnson is in a good spot. Like I said, they are bad against the, can't spell when everyone's looking. They are bad against the tight end, so I'm okay with that. Travion Henderson, I love that matchup for him. So now we're at 4,700 the rest of the way. It depends on how you're going to go. If you want to come down to kickers, you could do both kickers, because they could have a good game here, and it could be a kicking game as well. So we haven't done that in a while, but we've done that before. So let's put both of the kickers in there, and let's go with this as a one lineup build. Now we're making multiple. This is a tournament only. We are going to build more. It's probably going to say I'm restricted, or no, it didn't. Okay. So now let's go on the flip side of that. Let's put Drake May there. He is the most expensive spot there. We got Drake May there. We got Jackson Dart in there. So now we got to find a little bit. I think we can get our kicker in there for New England. I think we could get probably Travion. I think Travion's got to be in every one of your lineups. Just a great matchup there. So now we're there. Now we've got 4,700 the rest of the way. That is where how far down do you want to go? So we talked about a $4,000 player or less. There is Austin Hooper. He is a tight end. They are bad against the tight end. It's been up and down. I mean, his targets, I'm okay. He's got one touchdown. He can always, get a 1-yard touchdown. I understand that. Demario Douglas is here. 3 touchdowns. He's had the points. I mean, he's a $4,000 option. Now you're at 5,500. You can do Patriots defense. You can do Ramondre. I don't understand Ramondre. I don't know what he's going to bring to the table. Singletary, I don't like them there because New England's good against the kick. And like we said, you can leave money out there. So if we get both kickers in there again, we draft the player, we left 1,100 on the table. We've made sure to get both of the quarterbacks in there. So, and I did forget to mention, at the very end of this video, we're going to build you a same game parlay. We're going to use DraftKings Sportsbook, but you can use FanDuel, BetMGM, whatever books you have, you can use it there. I think I forgot to mention that's what we were going to do at the beginning. So, Travion Henderson, I love him here. You look at this, he's 12,000. He is 5,700 less than using Drake May. He is in a great spot. I think we can get both quarterbacks in here with May and Dart. Now we're at 5,400 the rest of the way. I think Theo Johnson makes sense. He's in a good spot at 5,800. So we're at 5,200 the rest of the way. I don't know how we get away from a kicker, but let's go with Koo as a kicker. Let's just say the Patriots defense holds them to just field goals the whole game. You get all the points from the Patriots, but you get a field goal out of here, multiple different ones for the Giants, and maybe we take advantage of that. So then we're at 6K. Russell Wilson, no. Tommy DeVito, no. Based on his former team. Dobbs, obviously not. Patriots defense, not. I don't mind the Patriots defense, but we do have Jackson Dart in this one. Ramondre, I just don't trust him enough. So do we go another kicker? Do we go Demario Douglas? We do that. We've left 2,000 on the table, which is completely fine. That's a 3-3 stack. New England with Travion Henderson as your captain or MVP spot. Captain on DraftKings anyway. So those are just some of the lineups you can do on DraftKings with some of the other picks. If we're looking at other picks, like other captain spots that maybe off the wall type one, Theo Johnson is an interesting one. Wan'Dale Robinson is interesting to me. And you can't forget about Stephon Diggs in New England. So now I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to get everything ready, and we're going to do the same thing right here with FanDuel, because there are some of you that only play on FanDuel, and I want to try to give you guys what I can. I've had some people ask me, so we have a free Discord, I think I forgot to mention. It's in the description of this video. Sometimes we put in new plays over there. People question each other. You show your winnings. It's been awesome. But some people have been like, what would your MVP or captain plays be? So I put a little bit on there. But again, FanDuel, it's the same thing. So prior seasons, FanDuel had MVP, and then they had co-MVP, or they had something. All-Star. I can't remember. It was something different. It was one less spot, too. So pretty much they have combined to what DraftKings is. So you have the same amount. You got MVP or captain, same amount of points for those, same amount of flex options. But it is $10,000 more salary because it is priced differently. And then we do know that DraftKings is PPR. So the scoring's a little bit different, but it's still the same. But people have been asking me. So if you had to ask me what 5 players on FanDuel, due to pricing or whatever, I would want as my MVP spot, I'm looking at Dart. I'm looking at May. I'm looking at Travion Henderson. I'm probably looking a little bit of Stephon Diggs right there and Wan'Dale Robinson. Basically the top 5 that are right there. Tyrone Tracy scares me. Mac Hollins, you never know what you're going to get out of that crazy guy. If Jameis Winston was in there, I would have him there. Hunter Henry, they're good against the tight end. I do think he could score here. I don't know if he scores enough to be an MVP. Let's put it that way. So if I am building you guys some lineups, okay, I am looking in a certain direction. I think I'm going to go Jackson Dart for my MVP. I want him throwing it to Theo. Okay, put him there. I think we can get both quarterbacks. So we'll put him there. We're at 7,400. Probably won't be able to go up here because you need to average it down a little bit. Hunter Henry at 76, I'm okay with. So we're at that one. Now, how do I get down here? What's a kicker price? Boutte, I mean, he seems to be scoring a lot. Past couple of games, no. But he had 4 touchdowns in a 3-game stretch there. So the Giants against the Patriots wide receivers, you can see. FanDuel, they rank 29th. So the Giants are 29th, giving up an average of 30.9. So Mr. Boutte makes a ton of sense. Now you're at 8,400. Wouldn't use Singletary. I wouldn't use in this one. So then we could go a kicker, New England kicker. You could go Giants kicker if you think the scoring's going to be like that. You got Jackson Dart throwing it to Theo Johnson. You got Drake May. You got throwing it to Hunter Henry and Boutte. And then you've got Young Ho as your kicker. So that being said, that is one lineup. Being this is on FanDuel, I can only play non-paid games. It's very awesome. I don't like it. So we'll build a different lineup this way. So if you want to look at the different direction and you want to go with Drake May, I think Drake May throws it to Hunter Henry. I really like those two to hook up tonight to get us a tutty or 2. I'm going to put him in there. I can't get away from Theo. Just can't get away from Theo Johnson. Give me some TJ there. So 8,900 the rest of the way. We've got 2 New England, 1 New York Giant. I think we could get Jackson Dart in there. So now we're at 7,200 the rest of the way. Can we get Stephon in there? Now we're at 3K. You could go Austin Hooper. Jalen Hyatt hasn't done much this year, okay? Hasn't been up. So Bellinger, you got Belly here. Did not catch any of his 2 targets last week. He's kind of there. I mean, if you look at the Patriots against the tight end on FanDuel, they rank 23rd, 11.8. Obviously, Bellinger is not that dude, but he has been targeted here when Jackson Dart has been in there. So the big game against Denver, 88 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown. You could go double tight end there. Again, we've saved 1,200 and we'll build it out that way. So we'll do one more lineup. I'm trying to think, not an off-the-wall MVP pick, but like a... Let's do Travion in this one. Because we did Travion in DraftKings, but we did not do it here. So we'll look at this one. I'll add a lineup. We'll go Travion as the captain. I think we could probably go... I'm going to go Drake May here. We're going to do a lineup with only one QB, I think. Okay? So let's put the Patriots defense. We haven't really talked about them, but let's put them in there, okay? Where's the Patriots? There they are. They're 6,800. We're at 74 for the last 3. I think if the Patriots defense does their thing, we got the Giants to kick. We're at 8,000 the rest of the way. Boutte is there. Now we're at 9,700. So Mac Hollins, we haven't talked about. Tyrone Tracy, New England against the run, like we said on FanDuel. New England's number one against the run. That scares me. And I don't know if I want him at all. Mac Hollins is an interesting pick. You never know what you're going to get out of him, but positive fantasy points there. Has been targeted 5+ times the last 3 straight games. So I'm going to look at that because the Giants against New England against the wide receiver, you can see 29th, giving up an average of 30 points. So there you have it. Those are just some of the lineups. Now I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to log into DraftKings Sportsbook, and then I'm going to show you a bet that I'm putting in today. If you guys want to put the same bet in, if there's a book you've never signed up for, there are 3 links down below. Okay, so if you look at that, 3 links, DraftKings, FanDuel, and Fanatics Sportsbook. If there's 1, 2, or 3 of those sportsbooks that you've never signed up for, using our link, sign up, deposit a minimum of $20, put the bet in we're going to talk about tonight, or any other bet of your choice, and then email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. We will give you a free month of FTA Plus as long as you followed signing up using our link, and you used a deposit of $20 to get in there as well. So that being said, super simple, so super easy. I'm going to pause the video and log in. Okay, so I got a 5-pick parlay. It's at plus 330, but you get, on DraftKings at least, you get a 30% boost for this game. I've got Drake May, 220+ passing yards. I've got Drake May, 2+ passing touchdowns. Hunter Henry, 25+ receiving yards. Travion Henderson, 60+ rushing and receiving yards combined. And then Theo Johnson, 25+ receiving yards. I'm going to add it for $5. Boost, $5. $5 to win, $26.45. So it's not a huge odds parlay. Obviously, you can always add on to it if you want. If you're looking for touchdown scores, I would look at Travion Henderson. You could honestly look at Stephon Diggs. It would not surprise me if Ramondre Stevenson goes in there and vultures one. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add Hunter Henry. I just have a feeling about Hunter. Now, you don't have to add this, but you can. But yeah, you do this. It goes to $750 plus $975 once you do that. So $5 to win, $53.75. I'm going to enter that lineup in there. Bing, bang, boom. That is done. That is Monday Night Football in a nutshell. If you have any questions, comment down below or email us, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Always hit us up on our Discord down below. Email, advisors_team over there on X. Let's have a great Monday Night Football. Be on the lookout. We'll have NBA all week. I believe PGA is back. I think MMA is back this week. We've got, obviously, football Thursday. We've got week 14 already, which is wild to think about. But yeah, so we're here. Week 14 is there, coming soon. We wanted to finish this one. Let's have a great Monday night. Good luck, and as always, bring home some bacon.